We will give you some tips that you can use, news you can use, and leverage you up. It's your girl Tamara Fair on the air, and I am so happy to be here with not you. Not you.
Because I said my name already.
Not you. Chauncey is in the building, y'all. Stacey Chauncey is back. Y'all don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on this Region 1390. Today is your day to lead. I led last Wednesday.
You was getting your notes. I thought you was like 40 seconds. You was counting down.
This is a script.
No, not that note.
This is a movie
Look,
script.
you said how many seconds, Jarrell? And so
no, bro. What happened? The last 10 seconds applause, bro, and it's not loud. So
okay.
So I'm sitting there like ain't no noise.
It's another one.
Y'all can come in, I guess.
It was clapping going on. And then I thought I was waiting on Tammy.
Listen, I need you to put the holes in here and then stick them in here. Hey guys, it's Tamara Fair
and Action Jackson
from the Brunch Bunch. Now your home is not just a place. It's a lifetime of memories, hard-earned and cherished. At Secure Home and Automation, they understand what it means to protect you. Shoot, I should have got a authorized dealer. Chauncey a binder. Over 1 million homes and businesses, ensuring safety 24/7, 365 days a year.
And you know what? Their response center is ever vigilant, providing top-notch monitoring for burglary, fire, carbon monoxide, and medical.
This how your panel look?
They will fulfill.
No, that's a good panel.
All industry standards.
If somebody don't have to give me this panel, it's gonna be one.
They have the power to customize your security solution. Round-the-clock peace of mind sounds.
Don't mess up the order either.
Priceless. So let Secure Home and Automation be a part of your story, a part of your legacy. They're safeguarding your home. And
I definitely need this.
So go ahead and call 866.
This looks like on TV.
447-3344. That's 866-447-3344.
Yeah, that is nice. I like out the movie.
That's the kind on Lifetime movies where they see them coming to get them.
Home and Automation. You've heard the name. Now experience the promise of ultimate safety that they bring to your home. Call Stacey Chauncey at 866-447-3344.
I definitely need a camera in my backyard.
447-3344.
In the backyard.
Hey there, Chicago. Are you looking to buy the home
the back door?
Or sell your property at the
Look
best
at
price?
this.
Your quest ends at LNS Development. With our expert real estate and
Didn't I just say this?
Turn your property dreams into reality. Don't let financial hurdles stand in your way. Our seasoned team is here to guide you.
The Jennifers.
Step of the way. So whether you're buying,
The Gen Zers,
selling,
the
or
Gen
refinancing,
Wires.
Next move with confidence. Call us at area code
Yeah, definitely these phones will ring this up.
773-616-0906. And let LNS Development open the doors to your property dreams.
How's your mom doing?
773-616-0906.
For now.
What I'm saying, this moment, I mean, this hospital something else, man.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Are you searching for a life-changing word?
How about you
Look
give me
no
your son
further
more?
than Corby Bush Ministries. Tune in every Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time to the Word Network, where Corby Bush Ministry brings you powerful messages that will touch your heart and transform your life. Corby Bush Ministries is dedicated.
Oh, hey, y'all. Sorry. What's up?
And empowerment. Give them a call, 214-371-8768 to connect directly with their ministry. And don't forget to follow Bishop on Facebook at Corby Bush Ministries for daily inspiration and updates. Don't forget, tune in this Saturday at 6 p.m. to the Word Network for a life-changing word.
We're in the wrong with America on the Brunch Bunch.
Hi, Hitler. So, for a while, I thought that perhaps since I hadn't heard from the brother in a while, that maybe he had faded to black. Yep. What? Fat chance. You faded to black?
I'm faded to black.
Well, Kanye did not. Kanye West shockingly goes off on a white woman after she asked a disrespectful question about his wife. So Kanye West. I want to make sure that we don't call him Yeezy because he's acting very Kanye-ish. So he's going off on paparazzi is nothing. Him going off on a paparazzi is nothing new. But this particular situation seemed to be unique in that he opted to give the people behind the camera a lengthy talking to, like a father disciplining his children. Well, the incident occurred on Monday as West was making his way toward the Charlie Wilson Walk of Fame ceremony on Hollywood Boulevard. And the two have collaborated before and have made some memorable songs together. So in the video taken by TMZ, you know, TMZ get the news before anybody, including the higher powers. But anyway, a photographer can be seen questioning Kanye about his wife, Bianca Sensory, specifically asking if she has any free will. What exactly does that mean? Well, when those words came out of her mouth, West could be seen immediately snatching the phone and going on a 3-minute diatribe about why that was such a stupid question to ask a superhero. Now, I'm assuming that he is claiming himself a superhero. So as he was
go black man go.
Yeah, if I see a K on his chest, I'm telling you now, it's going down. So as he was scolding the woman, he said, "You think you can just walk up to me like that? You think because you're a white woman, you can walk up to me and ask me some dumb..." Now, he said the expletive.
The plot thickens.
Like that? Ask me about my wife? Talking about if she got free will? Have you lost your mind? He continued, "Are you crazy? Are you insane? This is America. Have you got free will? Or do you work for the devil? You working for TMZ? I'm a legend. Do you understand that? I'm here to support Charlie Wilson, and you come and ask me this dumb blank about my wife? That's my wife. You wasn't asking me that when I couldn't see my kids, were you?" I mean, literally. Really.
And the Oscar goes to Tamara.
But in the middle of Ye's speech, the woman can be seen saying, "I just need my phone, bro." and as he normally does, Ye didn't care all about nothing else that she was saying. Answer the question. I got your phone now. Was that a dumb blankety blank disrespectful question to come down and ask a grown blankety blank superhero? Well, weirdly, the conversation turned on his head when West asked the TMZ reporter, what's your first name and last name?" And she hesitantly responded, I'm Melanie." The Chicago rapper then said, what's your address? And what did you make last year? I pay you double of what they paying you. It seems like Kanye wasn't playing around as he told the person taking the video to get her contact information. And while this was a unique interaction with paparazzi, Kanye has made many viral ones in the past. Must we forget the time when he went off on people taking video after he ran into a sign? Like literally when you run into a sign and you a Kanye West, that's video worthy. I'm just saying. So, or about the time where Kanye was asked if he was venturing into the fashion industry, and he hilariously said, "Do you see this coat?" Our personal favorite is when paparazzi dared to run up on Kanye early in the morning while he was in his garage, and he simply stated, "Good morning, Kanye." And Kanye's response was, "You shut the blankety blank up." I see Kanye hasn't changed much. In fact, I'm going to say to all of you who happen to have Kanye sightings, please do not ask him about his wife.
Well, you know what? Tina just said he got married again.
Oh, you missed that, huh,
You missed that. I mean, yeah, why ask a man, does his wife have free will? I'm
trying to figure out what does that really mean. Okay, ask R. Kelly that, because he's been alleged to people.
Well, not just alleged, found guilty. But nevertheless, oh, man.
Found guilty in America as a black man is still alleged.
Take up for R. Kelly then. Team Kale's over here. Team right is right, wrong is wrong. White woman should not be asking a black man, do his wife got free will? You shouldn't be asking no grown man.
I was going to ask you, does it make a difference what color the mouth comes in if you ask somebody something personal like that about, does your wife?
Because I would slap somebody if they ask me, does Valencia have free will? Do you let her? First of all, who are you? And why are you asking
what's
that?
Your address?
You know that, right? I'm like, Kanye, what's your address?
Is that what you're gonna say?
No, but I'm going, politely, you say whatever we got to say. I think, people think because they're celebrities, you can say and do anything. But we live in a culture where white women, the Karens of the world, have gone on a tangent, believing they can say and do whatever they want to a black man. So it's triggering. And the doctor we had yesterday talked about trauma. A lot of the diseases that we have are from trauma and stress from living in this country. So, his delivery was, Great.
Oh, no. It was straight Kanye. Now, if he had said, can I have a conversation with you? It would have been alter ego Kanye. But the way that he went on a rampage, and that was classic Kanye. I would expect nothing less from Kanye. In fact, like I said, if you have Kanye sightings, be ready for a confrontation because it seems like he's been mad for about, 9 years?
No, he's been mad since he got in this world. I'm sure, but
no,
when he lost his mama, it went on a downhill battle. But I'm still Team Kanye. For a while I wasn't.
Oh, I'm still Team Kanye as well.
Because Kanye say some real truth to power sometimes.
He does. He just
the delivery is wrong, but it reminds me of Donald Trump. Donald Trump says some truth to power too. But because of who he is and his delivery, we don't listen. But when he was saying build that wall, y'all was saying get him out of here. Now we got a migrant crisis. Everybody talking about build that wall. How they get $9,000 a month? Well, you know what?
Should have listened.
Should have listened.
Like they said in Tupac, I should have listened.
Out of the mouths of fools, sometimes is the truth.
There you go. But speaking of the Donald, do you know that he got? I sent you this last night.
I didn't see it.
He got nominated for yet another Nobel Peace Prize.
I did see it, but listen, I did some research. Nobel Peace Prize nominee lists are not made public. So, and anybody can be nominated. And on their website, it says just because a person is quote unquote nominated, they have no affiliation with the Nobel Peace Prize. It does not mean that they get one or that they will be accepted into the pool. So whoever, and I researched, because this was very interesting, how to nominate. I'm like, all right, I got a few people that need a Nobel. So you have to be like an elected official. You have to be a sovereign nation ambassador. It was a bunch of, or a college professor. And I believe the woman who nominated him might have been a university professor. Mm-hmm. I saw in another story. So, it don't
take away from the nomination credit that he's going to be talking all over the
he
U.S.
definitely go
as he goes on his campaign trail. So it is what it is. My concern is that, number one, you've been nominated 4 or 5 times, and one day you're going to get it. It's just like if you keep running for president, one day you're going to become president. And
I don't know, because I know some politicians that have a career of just running it. I mean, not even politicians. I know people that have a career of running and ain't never held a seat. And I ain't saying no names and you either. Listen, I don't know what the next song is, but we'll be back right after this break. Before you start talking that.
I promise you. I was going to say, okay, Dr. Wilson, we get ready to go right to the song.
What a song list.
Shoot. Can I get 2 of the rundowns?
It's too late now. It's 12:30.
No, we good. We need to know the songs.
Are you sure you're doing this right?
I'm positive.
Why are you doing one at a time?
To make
I
sure
was
I'm
wondering
right,
that too.
To make sure I'm doing it right.
You know what, Adam? You are like Kanye. If you don't say something crazy, you're crazy. If you say something crazy, you're crazy. So you know what? You just crazy.
Yeah, I miss the old Kanye, so I like seeing that out of him. It seems like he's back to earth. Because that's what a normal.
Well, they just talking about him because.
What were you saying, Jarrell, over there? Like, just calm it down, or?
You said something loud, bro. Oh, you was like, I'm gonna smack somebody. I was like, oh,
hey, the Saints be fighting.
The Saints do be fighting.
You said it's your girl, free will. I'd smack the out of him.
That's so disrespectful.
The taste, you smack the taste.
Just like when people step to you and give you unwarranted advice about your relationship. It's like they just walk up to you randomly and say, well, you know what? I don't like the way y'all do this or y'all doing that. And it's like, who the heck asked you?
But you're right when you say that people feel like because you're a celebrity that they should have access to you because they either watch you on TV, buy your records, watch your films or whatever. But that's just, I mean.
Yeah, they still human.
Yeah, she got exactly. You never pass up a chance to give her a reaction.
Who?
Anybody.
Anybody, but that lady herself. I'm gonna give her what she's looking for.
Oh yeah, that.
They looking for coins.
And you know what? Black people been saying that forever. Oh, I know what you want. You want me to show out? I'm gonna show out. So that's what he did.
You know you gotta be authentic.
So not only are you a Gemini, but you're a Chicago Gemini.
A black Chicago Gemini.
That part.
In LA, in a place where it's cool to be funny.
But Kanye know what he's doing, and it's very strategic and smart. He got an album coming out.
That seemed impromptu though.
No,
What, his album?
No,
he been post. She asked about the free will because he randomly puts half naked pictures of his wife on his social media, like random though.
No captions or nothing.
No caption. It'll just be a picture of her, and you see her butt or the side of her boob, and then it drive people nuts. Why are you doing this? And it'll be like, they know what they doing. And then he dropped his new album.
They didn't say that when Kiki went over and Usher was Googling her.
Jarrell, since Tammy said that it was my day to leave, can you cut this song? We run out of daylight.
And Action Jackson.
From the Brunch Bunch. Now, your home is not just a place.
That's not right.
A lifetime of memories, hard-earned and cherished. At
What's
Secure
not right?
Home and Automation, they understand what it means to protect
That's
these
not
homes.
right. See
As
what
a
I'm saying?
great
This is the
authorized
first.
dealer, they stand guard over 1 million homes and businesses.
Dum,
in
dum,
Sherman
dum,
County.
dum.
Late.
No,
Can
y'all
you?
don't do it.
65
can't.
days a year.
There's no way you can
The
redo it.
response center is ever vigilant.
It's just that
providing
first one, right?
top-notch monitoring for burglary, fire, carbon monoxide, and medical emergencies. They
Why
will
they gonna do
fulfill and even
No, they
exceed
didn't do that.
all
You did it.
industry
You
standards.
gotta
Terry has a question for Tamara.
copy that.
You're headed to Jamaica this weekend. Good point, Terry. Shut up, Crunchy. Oh, she thought I knew you joined Team Yang eventually. Terry said you're going to Jamaica this weekend. She received a message that they are now a level 3 on the no travel list.
Yeah,
Are
Brenda
you
told me that. Oh, you did the whole thing now?
Are you okay with traveling now?
I'm a gangster.
All right, Terry, you heard it. The United States put out like lists of places you shouldn't go when they get to a surge, meaning deaths have gone up or kidnappings or something. So I think a 5. Yeah, the DRs has gone up.
So what about like Russia, like Ukraine?
Russia is a no travel period.
I told you when you
People who go to Russia, I think, are either
remember I also
looking
told
for
you
trouble. Okay, how long we got? We supposed
You just gotta print it over.
This ain't even supposed to be in now. Yeah.
We want to feature you on New Music Monday. Reach over 15,000 people. All you have to do is submit your music at thebrunchbunch.com.
Zoe, take that one out.
I don't know what you're taking it out on that thing for.
L&S Development is your go-to.
Oh, see, you got me messed
Expertise in
up.
real estate and mortgage loans.
Oh, you know we coming back live. T, wait, T.
Buying, selling, or refinancing, we've got your back. Dial area code 778.
Do we need somebody to go out there and intervene? My name Bennett. Yeah, okay, you step out and just make sure. Oh, Lord.
L&S Development, making property dreams a reality.
You crazy.
Where's the action, Jackson?
I'll tell you what's going on.
So what's going on is, usually when we have to report anything that says down in Florida, it's something crazy. But State Representative Fiona McFarland described the addictive nature of social media as digital fentanyl on the Florida House floor on Wednesday as Florida House lawmakers passed a bill to ban children under 16 from using social media platforms. Now, according to Politico, the new legislation would prohibit anyone under the age of 16 from creating a social media account and require platforms to delete current accounts owned by minors. Now, lawmakers suggest these social media platforms are addictive and harmful to the mental health of children, as well as the technology can serve as a child target for, and it's been a rise in this, sexual predators. They believe the new restrictions will curb cases of bullying, depression, and suicide tied to social media. Now, State Representatives Tyler Sorois says these platforms are, and I quote, stimulating a chemical reaction in our kids to keep them hooked and to keep them coming back for more and manipulating their behaviors, end quote. Now, how lawmakers plan to implement this ban? Under the new legislation, social media platforms like, of course, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram will be required to perform an age verification method. Companies would also prohibit minors under 16 from joining the platform and delete the accounts of existing young users. Now, if passed, the new legislation will also allow parents to take legal action against social media platforms that do not take their children's accounts down. The possibility receiving up to $10,000 in damages and court fees. Now, according to Politico, some claim the law will take away the rights of parents to decide if their children can use social media and violate teens' First Amendment rights. They also argued that a ban will restrict access to friendships and cause teen influencers to lose out on money. Now, although lawmakers have refused to name specific social media platforms, I just gave examples. They would ban under this proposal. They added new language prohibiting platforms with, and I quote, addictive, harmful, or deceptive features that are meant to grab users and keep them engaged, end quote. The officials of Meta claim the amendment introduces legal uncertainties and believes their platform do not fit the definition as reported by Politico. It sounds like they're really going after TikTok. Now, where have we seen this before? Florida is one of several states to have taken action against social media and its use among teenagers. Utah became the first state to ban people under 18 from using social media without a guardian's consent. And on Wednesday, New York City declared social media a public health hazard. Now, what's next? The bill passed the Florida House with a vote of 106 to 13. As far as the next step for the bill, it will now head to the Senate, Florida Senate, to be made law. It is interesting. And when I first glanced at the story in the news, I'm like, this is ridiculous. But as I pondered on it a little bit, it makes a lot of sense, right? And it's not just addictive for teenagers, it's addictive for people, period.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is it's available and it is a First Amendment infringement. And it ain't gonna happen. It's just that simple. It ain't gonna happen.
Well, it's happened in Utah, but theirs was a little different. It passed the House 100, what did I say, 106 to 13. And if you know anything about Florida legislation, the House and the Senate Republican, the governor is, and they're, I mean, if it's an attack on TikTok, I get it, right?
But how do you do it though? I mean,
well,
how do you facilitate that?
They would have to prohibit do an age verification, and anybody under the
that's
age.
Around the world.
No, this is just for Florida.
No, but the internet is around the world. So how do you prohibit it if it's around the world? Only Floridians have that restriction if the bill passes.
Right. Now you're right. It's only a state legislation. So any Florida teens won't be able.
Georgia and get it.
If they have a Georgia home address and ID, well, you know, we know that there's more than one way to skin a cat, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's a waste of time.
It's not, because everybody don't have the resources to go get another out-of-state address and ID, because they have to do an age verification, which will in turn be an identification.
Did you just meet these Jennifers?
Don't Florida got a housing crisis going on?
Thank you. You need to be talking about that. Immigrant crisis, stand your ground crisis.
They got a lot of crises, but you know, this is my point now. Is social media affecting our children? I believe so, yes. It's causing, we see a rise in suicide in teenagers, especially African-American teenage suicide rates have gone up, and which we've never seen before. Bullying, we've seen a rise in that due to social media. And so depression, studies have shown that social media have caused, and I think I just watched a video, I'm gonna find it and share it on the Brunch Brunch page, where the young man, he was on Good Morning America, and he said he was spiraling into a deep depression, and it was due to social media. So, I mean, you know, I think it's a right step, but like you said, First Amendment right, but then do children have First Amendment rights?
But I think money and resources could be better spent with, just like that's an addiction, so some remedies to quench your addiction. Rehab in some kind of form or fashion that actually puts you on the right track of how to responsibly use social media. Because some teenagers are the breadwinners of their families
Yeah.
due to social
Due
media
to social
platform
media.
business. But now I do see a connection between social media and um, child pornography, as well as going into the slave trade. I mean, to the sex trade.
And that's what they addressing in this bill too.
They should address that, and that should be the focus.
Yeah, so that
But
was one of the first things.
But you should focus on the predators,
Right?
in my opinion.
Yeah, but then you got to focus on both though. And when you look at law, like I have my degree in law and order SVU.
That's right.
when you look
That's
at when you look at a lot of these special victim cases, it's the children sneaking on social media, chatting with people, and it's all about education and parents monitoring. But when you really peel back the layers, as Tamara would say, when you are a single parent working 2 or 3 jobs, trying to make ends meet, and you got to move, you going here, it's so hard to be monitoring all day, watching what your kids are doing on social media. You put the block in place, then they figure out, thanks to TikTok, how to take the block off. Now and so I don't know. I think this bill, and if it's just directly towards TikTok don't come after me. But TikTok has been found guilty in the court of moral opinion that in America they make sure they push suicide, drugs straight to teenagers. But in China, their kids are seeing how to build houses and how to, math problems and all of this education and to level them up. And there's a rise now. There's a company now that has a new nicotine patch that they've been pushing out. And when you go to TikTok, it's getting 10 million views and they're all teenagers. And it's being pushed to teenagers that are now buying these nicotine little patches you chew on or something, which that's where the problem in lies. So
the disparity between what you're soliciting in the country that you're soliciting.
Yeah, and the content guidelines. Yeah. So I see where they're going, but we're gonna pray because listen, you can pass the law like you said, and then your kids gonna be. It's gonna be a website to pop up to say for $9.99 get you a Georgia address to get back on social media. Exactly. And now another company gonna be making money because this is America.
But didn't they pass a law that you couldn't produce and sell fake Gucci's, Louis? Okay.
And they have gone rampant.
Gone crazy.
But you know what's gone crazy? We're talking about securing our young people, but we're gonna talk about securing your life. Up next is our main man, Stacey Chauncey, with the secure home and automation. Hey, Jarrell, get that sound from my man. We'll be back right here on the Brunch Bunch on Inspiration 1390.
I just think it's a double-edged sword.
I do too. I think that
it's not the best solution.
Not only that, it is such a waste of time. Like you could really come up with a valid, crafted bill that would actually address the issues that are mentioned, which are valid issues that need to be mentioned. But to have an age, they're just gonna say, I'm 18.
I think just handicapped.
I think though, look across the country, and I hate to use this as an example, but from the federal to the city, they waste a lot of our time writing a lot of legislation and having our legislators and elected officials vote on stuff. Like Chicago has a vote today for a ceasefire in Gaza. But it's nothing they can do by voting on this legislation that took time to craft, be presented to a committee, approved out of committee to come to the floor of City Hall to be voted on, just as a symbol.
Now you proved my point.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So across this country, we got legislators doing
that don't
crazy.
Make it right, though.
It don't.
It makes it a waste of our time, resources, and energy.
But not a conversation. That's the bigger picture.
NATO.
Yeah. Huh?
You said NATO or NATO?
NATO. I said the bigger conversation is now to talk about.
Oh, NADA.
Yeah, now to talk about.
I thought you was trying to say NATO.
No, NATO need to get involved too. No.
NATO is involved, but I thought that you were saying that the bill that was being voted on today had an impact on what NATO was going to do and see how it was correlating.
It's like an honorary vote to just say we support a ceasefire.
Just put a banner up.
Not long. Let's bring it back in. You ain't back there. You clicked the right link.
I don't know. I'll just say as a resident young person.
I'm gonna do all security. I'm not gonna do no phone, just all security.
Okay.
So we can pump this right on out.
All right. Hey, who told you the resident young person? I'm the young person.
How old are you? How old is Adam?
30.
No, he's not. He ain't 27.
She's 2 years older than me.
You 29? Dang. I ain't the young person in the room no more.
Jarrell 29? Yeah.
Justice got us everybody beat.
He said he was a resident.
Well, you 21.
That part.
Sharice, what's up? Yep. Stacey dropped, right?
It's time to automate to elevate. It's your man, Stacey Chauncey. Let's go.
Let's go.
Pam. I'm on special effects today. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing today?
Good. Well, the Bible says encourage yourself.
You got to do it sometimes. It's always a pleasure to be here, guys. How you guys doing?
We are good. Listen, we want to start this show off by saying that we are praying for your mom. We said it last week. We want to reiterate it. Believers continue to pray. Can you give us an update on how mom is doing?
Man, I really, really appreciate that. You know, it's really so gut-wrenching. Mom was just here for holidays, a couple of weeks with me. Had a stroke, been a couple of weeks now. And timing is of the essence. She's in physical therapy right now. And to God be the glory. We're praying for nothing but a full recovery.
But God.
Yeah, but God. To God be the glory. He can definitely do anything but fail.
Absolutely.
But let's stay there with your mom for a minute. She's still in her home. You have automation that you can actually stay in touch with her.
Well, she's in the house.
I know, but that's temporary. But I'm saying prior to.
So we do have that ability. Absolutely.
Is that how you found out about the stroke?
No. How I found she was talking to just happened to be talking to my nephew, and she said she wasn't feeling well. And then she went to sleep that evening, woke up that morning, got dressed, going to a doctor's appointment, and then that's when the stroke started to come on. And my nephew was on his way to pick her up.
Wow.
So, you know, and so
did he have to use the digital keypad?
No, because the he has access to get into the house.
Gotcha.
Right. So he walked right on in, was able to get mom together and take her to get squared away. But timing is of the essence. When you start talking about stroke, they tell you that you don't want to have a situation where it's longer than 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know, because you run the risk of paralysis. I think that my mom started having it during the night. Could be wrong, because she wasn't feeling well. She was talking to my nephew and his family that evening.
Yeah.
And so, but again, we believe in God.
That's right.
God is still a healer, and if He's done it before, He can do it again. Brother Stacey, your mom is gonna be all right. I just heard that in the spirit. Your mother is gonna be all right. Gonna bounce back better than before. And talking about bouncing back, but even with this situation, and we had a doctor on yesterday who talked about how a lot of stuff we don't feel the symptoms, or we don't know, like,
or we ignore them,
and so with what I love about what you do and your systems and securing and automation, we're in a time where some of us can't get to mom or dad as fast, and that's why it's important to have technology in place,
digital access,
and digital access. And so that really is a great segue based on what we're going to be talking about today. I was blessed to be recognized a few weeks back when Brinks came into town, and so because I've been able to do so much volume, that gets passed on to the believers, where I can lower the cost even more.
Now you know that says a lot about your character. Because typically people wouldn't. I mean, business just wouldn't do that. They would enjoy the overage and continue to charge what they've been charging. That really says a lot about you.
Well, what's important to me, I really understand, if you help enough people get what they want, you will in fact get what you want. Right? And that's just the bottom line. Reciprocity is real from that vantage point, but it's still about the free equipment, the free installation, the free activation. It's no secret that 83% of the people understand that the average system, if they don't know, they know now, is about $475 installed. We're talking about a camera or two, you know, and we have the ability to continue to give that type of technology away for the people that really want to do something about their situation.
I love it. So because go ahead.
No. These packages are going down.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's the number one thing I love about it. But I also love that we can get packages installed with no money out of pocket.
$0.
With $0. And so, Brother Stacey, in the event, this is almost like you couldn't make this up, right? But thank God that you had the things in place. Does your system have emergency access for a senior who may not have a nephew or the grandson like your mother who's not feeling good? Can they press a button and get some help?
It does, and it's two ways that you can do that. We have the panic buttons, number one.
Okay.
That comes in the form of either a wrist watch or a necklace.
Oh, you got that.
And then you have the 4-button remote. The 4-button remote allows you to turn the system on and off, as well as have a panic button on it. When you hit the panic button, right, it triggers through the keypad, where now with two-way voice, Brinks can talk to you through the keypad. And while they're talking to you through the keypad and ask you a few questions, they're dispatching the appropriate authorities to your home.
And asking the right question. Because you said 3 hours with a stroke. Now, the longer you wait to go when you're having a stroke, the worse it can and will be. So having that system in place helps.
It absolutely helps. And not just for that. I mean, here's the thing about our people, and you guys can agree or disagree. You don't know what some of the symptoms. They talk about droopiness in your face, slurred speech, so on and so forth. You may not catch it that you're slurring, right? So if no one's around you, and what do we do if we're not feeling well? We typically say, you know what? I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna lay down.
Well, first we drink a ginger ale.
No, that's true.
Yeah,
absolutely. So I'm saying that to say, when you reach a certain age, and you have good insurance at that, when something is bothering you, get up and go.
Get up and go.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I don't know if this holds true in technology for home security, but I know iPhone has crash technology embedded into the new ones, or newer ones, I should say. Does your automation have that too? Or is it coming up and coming?
Well, we don't have that to my knowledge as it stands right now, because what you're talking about with the iPhone, that's technology that you have on your person. And
that's what I'm saying.
Right. So it can sense that. There is some technology out that allows, if you've fallen, it lets people know that you've actually fallen. From that particular vantage point. But
you were saying something about the necklace, and so I was thinking maybe
the panic pendant.
Yeah.
But they do have, they call them fall pendants.
Oh, okay.
It lets an individual, they're off their feet. You can tell just by it's calibrated that a person is no longer on their feet, and then help is on the way.
See, you do have it.
Have we gotten to integration where, because I know a lot of people use Alexa, right? Is Brinks able to be integrated? Can I say, Alexa, contact Brinks, I'm falling?
That's old school.
Oh, okay.
We've been doing that.
I'm falling and I can't get up.
That's good to know.
We're not messing with you, but absolutely, it can be integrated all day long. Not only integrated to that, but to your smart locks, your lighting, where you can activate that stuff, and turn that stuff on remotely.
And that's important, believers, because I always joke, people say, why you got to take your phone to the bathroom? Because if I slip or something, I need to be able to reach somebody. But now you think with smart houses and technology and the Brink set up with Stacey Chauncey, if you have a parent or you're an older person living alone, if something happens and you don't have the panic button or the remote and you're on the floor, you can just say, hey, Alexa, reach Brinks.
Absolutely.
I need help.
Absolutely.
And then they'll call for you.
It's interesting that we happen to be talking about this, but that smartphone map really does a lot. I'm just thinking about 25 years ago, just how time has changed when it comes to technology. Now on your phone, you can do what? It's a mini computer.
Yeah.
You can watch television. You can do all sorts of things on it. But most importantly, you can watch your home. You can unlock your doors remotely. You can actually create smart rules around your home when it comes to your thermostat, cutting on your lights, so on and so forth. But you're making me think about a client that most recently, she has seizures, right?
You can't make this up.
No, you can't. You absolutely can't make it up. And I don't know if we need to go into the other segment. Can we talk about this right now?
Go ahead.
So she started showing her daughter, who's 7 years old, that if something happens to mommy, this is what you do. And she was able to activate the system. She was playing on her mom's phone like most children do, right? She noticed that her mom was having some issues. She was having a seizure. And she went to the app, right, and pressed the appropriate buttons for us to get help to her. Brink started talking to her through the keypad, and then help was on the way, and they kept the young lady calm.
To the 7-year-old?
To the 7-year-old. But here's the thing. That's nothing. You see 2-year-old individuals that can operate a smartphone better than parents. So she really wasn't showing the young lady at 7 years old. It was nothing to her because she was already, getting on the phone and doing everything else. But she was so pleased that her daughter stayed calm and was able to get some help out to her having a seizure.
And this is a very low investment, particularly since prices have gone down, for assistance like that, and particularly when you need it. And insurance is not because you need it now, it's because of what you will need later. Mm-hmm. So if you got a $49 investment, all the 59,
49,
huh?
$49 a month.
Exactly.
That's nothing to save you and your family.
Yes, that's
absolutely nothing.
That's why you need to be calling that magic number, y'all. That number is 866-447-3344. The number again is 866-447-3344. Lastly, 866-447-3344. I promise you, Stacey is going to deliver better than the mailman, because the mail is compromised now.
Oh, yeah. UPS too. They let 12,000 people go. But listen, you just said something. We've come a long way. You know how many lives would have been saved if these type of things were available 10, not even 20, 10 years ago. My brother-in-law died from a heart attack at 37. And he just slipped down the stairs and fell, but nobody went to check until his mom finally was like, what's taking him so long to lock the front door? And he was dead, but if he would have had a panic button or Alexa to say, help, I'm on the floor, he could have probably still been here. So these type of situations are important to call Stacey. If you got a system or an outdated system, to make sure that you have the most up-to-date system. Because you won't, as the young people say, you don't want to get caught lacking. You don't want to get caught lacking. Look, Justin looked at me like I was 80 years old.
Ain't nobody saying that no more. But the premise is still the same. You definitely don't want to get caught with a situation where you have something that's outdated and you need something that's updated. All you have to do is have an analysis done on your current system. If you are lacking, to use your words, a current system, you don't have to stay in lack.
Yep.
You can call Stacey Chauncey at 866-447-3344 and the lack will leave.
No more lack.
No more lack.
I like that T-shirt. Here we come.
There you go.
No more lack.
So, go ahead.
So I was looking at what the different packages offer, and even in your basic package, it's a lot more than I had when I was with other companies. And then you go all the way up to your platinum package, and I'm telling you, that makes your whole house smart.
Absolutely it does. But that base package, I like to refer to as my bronze package. We're really gearing that towards our seniors that just want something basic. They believe the fact that some security is better than what? No security. They don't want cameras. They just want to know that someone is attempting to get into their premises. And a lot of times I will actually give them a 4-button remote complimentary for my seniors that allow they don't have to walk over to the keypad. They can just disarm it from the remote.
Well, this platinum package come with a Mac 10. No, kidding.
Listen, saints, we know that Jesus is watching. We know you put blood over the doorpost and demons will pass, over you. God won't come and take. But faith without works is dead.
That's right.
And you know what? The Lord created Stacey Chauncey, Secure Home and Automation, and Brinks for a reason. And that reason is to help protect you, and to make sure that you're not only just filled with faith, you're activating your faith by having systems in place, because the enemy is like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. And so we don't want the enemy coming through your basement window because you forgot to lock it or your grandson forgot to lock it and you don't have a sensor on there to let you know somebody coming in the house.
So we're talking about, you can't believe this stuff. So Mrs. Juanita, who's been with me now for about 4 or 5 years, right? We added some stuff to her system. And she had been having some issues with some packages missing. And so we added
everybody having missing packages.
So we added the camera and we put it kind of in a covert position. And when she reached out to me, she said, "You're not going to believe who's been taking
Lord
my package."
Don't tell me it was the grandson.
It was actually the neighbor's son that lived right next door, the one that she was allowing to shovel her snow.
That's how he knew the packages were there.
Supporting every time he.
No, he just was at home. Look, the neighbor.
He's like, listen. I mean, really, she would leave out. He would just pay attention, and if a package was dropped off, he would go right over there and just retrieve it.
He said retrieve it.
Retrieve. Like he.
Look, that's what he told her. I was just grabbing the pack. That's what he told her. I was just retrieving
all the packages. All of them.
Absolutely. And she said, well, bless your heart. And she called the police and did what she needed to do.
Bless your heart and doing a hard time.
Because she couldn't figure out, because all the neighbors said, I didn't see anything. We didn't see anything. They never see anything.
But truthfully, I mean, I'm not watching my neighbor's porch.
I get it, but Miss
But that
Crabbe,
camera
a lot
is.
of times.
Well, we need to go back to the days of old, when neighbors were real neighbors. We looked out for each other. Everybody grew up with a nosy neighbor that knew everything that was happening on the block. But see, I don't know what I would be like if I found out that my neighbor's son was still in my back.
I know what you would be like. So Mama opened up a can.
They might have to move out the city.
Yeah, somebody moving. And I'm going to tell you one thing, it ain't going to be me.
But Miss Crabbe did what she was supposed to. She said, bless your heart.
Yeah.
And she got right on her automated system.
Absolutely.
And called the authorities.
Absolutely.
That same system that caught the culprit came and picked the culprit up because Brinks is a very trusted name in security.
And she's pressing charges.
It was that part.
No, I mean, because, the family's like, well, we'll replace whatever he took. We'll give you, she's like, nah.
Well, you know what? That brings me to an interesting point. Hopefully my neighbors ain't listening, but quickly. Thank God for our security cameras and believers. Here's just another testimony why we need them. I walked out, and everybody knows I drive a Tesla truck. And so it has the big windshield, and it was cracked from the top to the middle. And it broke my heart because I'm like, Lord, I can't afford to get this fixed. And I'm like, but how did it break? And I'm looking up, and when I pulled out, I saw a soccer ball under my car. And I got out and I called police. I said, somebody, soccer ball cracked the window. Went to review the tape. My neighbor kids, so we got a camera out back. Wow. The neighbor kids were playing soccer in the yard, kicked the ball over. I had the video of it hitting the windshield. And I just went to the neighbor house, showed them the video, and they paid for the windshield.
Yeah, nice.
But if I hadn't had the cameras,
Beats conversation.
So how can they reach Brother Stacey to get any of these great deals?
I think they can also give that number out themselves now. Let me give it to you one more again. You got that right. It's 866-447-3344, believers. 866-447-3344. These are all excellent testimonies about how a security camera saved your life. Yeah. I'm not talking about just your life, your financial life.
Saved my pocket.
Right.
I would have been riding around with a crack, I tell you that much.
And I think it's important for the believers to understand it's really about protecting as many people as we can. For real. And this is not a gimmick. Some people come with the gimmick. It just is what it is. Nothing has changed from last year except the prices have gone down. Free equipment, free installation, free activation, same day, next day installation.
I love it. So give Brother Stacey a call. Listen, if you have a system and you just want to know about updates, call them. If you don't have a system, you better call right now. If you indifferent, call.
866-447-3344. Stacey, thank you for being
Thank you, Brother Stacey.
Thank you.
And having the heart that you have.
Thank you so much.
And before we go, I want to shout out to Pastor Johnson, who is a faithful listener. He was my GoPuff delivery driver the other day. And when I said thank you, he heard my voice and was like, are you Action Jackson? I love you and Tammy. So shout out to Pastor Johnson. Believers, we love you. Keep listening to the Brunch Bunch each and every day because our aim is to send you back better than you came. We encourage you to keep love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know that you love them. Tell someone that you do know that you love them. Love will begin to spread like a wildfire. Tamara Fair on the air. I love you.
I love you, Action Jackson. But I also love you, believers. And I want you to take that love right to our Facebook page and our social media and make sure that you like us. We promise to love you back.
Up next, AC Green. After that, Pastor DeAndre Patterson. We get it done all night long right here. Oh, Inspiration 13 night. Oh. Oh, I need glasses.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
2 minutes left.
That's well, y'all was saying 1 minute, but when I looked, it said I thought I saw 12:59 in the second, so that's why I did like that.
I mean, you want to borrow my glasses?
I'm like,
listen, y'all.
why did that turn to 1 o'clock?
Oh, now you come out. Oh my God, Stacey, you been doing this the whole
You a
time.
day late and $1 short.
You like mine better?
Y'all, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Tomorrow, we want you and your best friend to tune in.
We
Talk
need
to
a
you soon.
whiteboard.
Love you.
We need a
Whiteboard.
Oh, and the iPad. Remind me to bring the iPad tomorrow.
Yes. Whiteboard, iPad, and we need a little clock in here that we can see.
That's on your phone, bro.
Yeah, but I like his count down the seconds. You know.
Yours counts on the second too.
No, it don't. It just tell you 12:59.
Well,
that's why I was looking. I'm like, oh, we got 20 seconds. We had a whole minute.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's why I was like, why you keep rushing?
Because I'm like, all right, 20 seconds. Facebook, we love y'all. Oh, we still live. And see y'all tomorrow. It's Thursday. I'm bringing the tambourine.